Hey guys, my name is Adilaga and welcome to the Traveling Host. Today we're going to talk about 5 strategies that we can use in today's market during this pandemic for our Airbnb or short-term rental business. First, we need to understand the type of guest that's traveling. I say this time and time again, and this is important because nobody's traveling for leisure right now. My apologies to the people who are in countries where it's a complete lockdown and there is limited to no movement. But us in North America and some other parts of the world, we're fortunate enough where we have some domestic travelers that are still either in between places. It's essential services that are requiring for spaces to live. That's your doctors, that's your medical staff, those are your traveling nurses. Aside from that, a second type of guest avatar who's traveling right now or is looking for short-term rental spaces are students. Students who are either misplaced because of their colleges or universities closed and they can't go back home, they need a short midterm stay, or simply a third avatar is just someone who's working from home and needs a space to work from because they may have young kids or a lot of family and it's difficult for them to focus on. Last but not least, we're seeing a lot of travelers in our short-term rental spaces who meant to either return to their homes or just came back from abroad into the country and need to self-isolate for a minimum of 14 days. So these are the type of guests that you need to address your units to. That leads me to my second point. We need to make sure that our staff as well as our guests are very safe in our spaces. That means we need to use all the WHO approved processes and products to clean our spaces, to ensure that anybody who's coming in along with our cleaning staff is safe and secure. One of the things that we're doing in our own business is leaving at least 3 days in between guests because the virus can stay on surfaces for a certain amount of hours, certain amount of days. At the same time, we're providing gloves as well as masks to our cleaners even after these 72 hours that they're actually going in to clean spaces. Third point, regardless of what business model you're choosing for your short-term rental or Airbnb business, whether it's the owner model, whether you're rental arbitrage or your property manager, you're hurting right now because there's very limited travel. Certain models are feeling it a little more because they have higher leverage. In all of these cases, what you need to do is go back to the drawing board and become a more leaner business. The times where it was very, very easy to make very high profit margins is not amongst us right now. So it's very important to go back to the drawing board, find out all the items, all the costs that are no longer a necessity. Whatever was a nice to have, for example, if you were offering extra free coffee pods or a nice gift basket to each and every single guest, it's time to cut those costs and become a more leaner business. I'm sure after this pandemic, when a lot of the short-term rental operators go back, they're going to realize a lot of the items that they were spending money day to day on can actually be cut out of their business and have a more leaner business to be running moving forward. Fourth, now is not the time to try to make profit. It would be great to see if you can profit from whoever's coming in, but right now it's all about occupancy. It's not about your average daily nightly rate, it's about the occupancy. What I mean by that is every single passing day, there's more and more stricter rules that come along, which means there's going to be fewer people even amongst our initial avatars that we discussed that will be requiring for spaces. So we need to make sure that you're getting highly occupied with very good revenue management. You need to give very good weekly or monthly discounts to be able to get those guests in there right now, of course, while being absolutely safe to make sure that you're not getting any squatters. We'll talk about that in a different video, but you have to make sure that you're getting very high occupancy. Once they're in the door, you can then upsell them or take them off platform onto your own website and try to get a higher dollar amount. That leads me to my last point. Through this, everybody's going to realize that this is not an Airbnb business. It's a great platform that's helped us over the years. However, rather than actually being upset about the fact that their extenuating policy wreaked havoc on operators, we need to realize that this is a short-term rental business. It's very important that you take these guests off the platform and try to get them directly through your website. If you did not have a website previously, now is the time. Create that website. If you have any previous guest emails, create an email campaign and reach out to your previous guests in order for them to come stay. Or your existing guests right now who are staying with you, somewhere during their stay or before they leave, send out an email where you're actually lending a helping hand, giving them a discount to extend their stay, because over 50 to 60% of the guests right now are looking to extend their stays because they can no longer go back to their regular routine, whether it's to their home because they're coming to you for work, or if it's a medical staff person, or if it's a person who just meant to go back to their country but can't travel. They're all looking to extend right now. Guys, use some of these strategies. We'll talk about more in some of our other videos. Aside from that, I hope this helped. Please like and subscribe our channel, comment below so that we can create more content for you. Thank you.